Hello, this is my final budget report for EDU 528, Financing the Athletic Activities Program. I talk about five different sports that were given a budget, and then based on my classmates' responses with their wish lists is what I compared to the budget that we were allotted. Luckily, in this scenario, only one sport had to cut out something from their wish list that was just coming in over the budget a little bit. But I'll kind of get into detail each sport. The sport that I chose, my wish list was baseball. You can see on the left side over here the priority of each item on the list. I originally put uniforms in my wish list. However, since uniforms usually run um, on a calendar basis of 3 to 4 years. It's not something that's necessarily important right away. And so I wanted to focus more on equipment for the actual sport. So the budget that I was allotted was $2,500, and you can see my total price over here. Everything that I wanted on here totaled $2,151, which left me $349, which would be nice. This money could be used for some more equipment, or it can be used for the banquet at the end of the season or team apparel, however you may want to use it. So this came in under the budget, which is great. Didn't have to cut anything out. Basketball, I used Douglas's basketball wish list. Once again, I took away the uniforms just because it's something that's kind of separate in terms of ordering. So he had this wish list of 12 nets, 3 scorebooks, 10 basketballs, and 15 shooting shirts. And the budget that he was allotted was 3,000, and it came in at 1526. So it gave him just about half his budget left over, which he could use for more basketballs. He could use for other things as well, other areas in his sport. Girls volleyball, the total budget that was allotted was $1,500, and you can see the three priorities of things that were on the wish list for this classmate of mine, and it came in right under the budget with $16 left over, which is great. Like I said before, softball is the only sport that the wish list came in over the budget, and it was just barely over the budget by $93. And so the priority number 5 on here was the Easton bat that was noted, and so I just took that off, and then I reflected what the budget looks like without the Easton bat. So if you take away the bat, you come in under budget about $63, which is great. And then my rationale for the reason why I leave this off the wish list is because the Easton bat is something that players are probably going to have. And so you don't necessarily need a team bat. It's always great to have a team bat. But most of the time in softball and baseball and high school sports, players are going to come in with their own bat that they like to use for personal preference. And then you're likely going to have some bats that are left over from previous seasons. So that's not a huge priority. Football, the priority list on here goes over some really good things. The allotted budget for this was $12,000, and you're left with about 6,300, which is great because you can go ahead and purchase more of the helmets, which in today's day and age with concussions and CTE is great to be able to upgrade helmets every year. So you could go ahead and order at least about 10 more, maybe 15 more helmets for the team, which upgrades those, and then you can also spend that money elsewhere as well. So these are all my rationales for the 5 sports that I chose to do final budget reports on, and it's always great when you can come in under budget. And in softball, you find a really easy case of being able to cut out one area of the budget that's not 100% necessary, which keeps everything at an even keel, which is good. Thanks, guys.